So look for her eyes. Look for her beak. Imagine where her ears are, because she doesn't have facial discs like at the owl friend. You can really see her anklets this time. And you can count her talons. You can see her jesses, and her jesses hook the leash, and I tie the leash to my glove. And I really try to not talk with my hands. And after a while, this hand will come out of the pocket and it'll go again. You think, are you that way?
Oh, I'm terrible.
And you would think, after all the years I've worked with this bird, that I would have this down, that I wouldn't do that.
All the time.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's focus on her eyes. She is looking, and also what is she doing besides looking? Bird's eyes can't move. Can you, without moving your head, can you look that way? And now look the other way. Birds can't do that. They want to look this way. They turn their whole head. She wants to look that way. She's going to have to turn her head. So. She's looking around, and also what is she doing? Hearing. So I don't know. Her ears are offset, but there's no real mark. We can't really tell where it's at. She doesn't have that mark of feathers, that facial disc. But one ear is lower, and one ear is higher. So again, those eyes don't move. I know for some of you in the back it's going to be kind of hard to see, but there's this bony disc that goes around their eyes, inside their skull, to help support that eyeball. And that bony projection around the eye helps hold the eye in place, because look at the skull, and look at how much of it is eyeball. A lot of it is eyeball. Eyeballs take up a lot of their skull. And if you can look and see this piece of bone right here, and then look on her and look above her eye, you can see that bony piece.
Yeah, that's a girl.
That helps protect them when they're flying through the trees. Helps protect that eye.
Look at her. Look at her. Ooh. Wow.
That, or she was being nice to the front row.
Did you feel a little
extra
bit
air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys feel that kind of air conditioning a little bit? I know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Bird conditioning. So, how many talons? Show me your fingers. How many talons does she have all together? All together. Good. I see this many twice. Yeah. Because let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where else is 7 and 8? The heck? Okay. There's 7. And there's 8. Yeah, I know. She doesn't always oblige. She doesn't always go along with it. So, she has 8 talons. She has 2 good wings. She's got 2 good eyes. She can hear. I never know if she's watching me, but does she watch me?
Okay, go.
No.
Wait.
I said yes. Yes.
Yeah.
A little.
But there's also noise out here too, isn't there? So she doesn't know what to look at. Okay, questions?
Okay, so just like they like eat food and leave bones on their nest.
Yeah. Yeah. Question?
It can camouflage really well.
Question? No. Yes, they can camouflage. Question?
What happens to
Ooh, what happened to make her be in the birdie hospital? Ooh, I promise I'll answer that. Okay, let me take a couple more questions. Yes.
What point did she her nose and that and crashed?
Oh, maybe she crashed. Yes. I try not to name them. This one is one of my birds. Yeah. Well, my name's on the permit. Because actually, we all own these birds because this is something that exists in nature. So she is on my permit. I try to not name because I want you, even though I take care of her and have for many, many years, I want you guys to understand that this is a wild animal. Yeah. Okay? And what do we name that we might have at home? Our pet. Okay? I don't want you to ever confuse that this could be a pet. So that's my reasoning. I totally understand because SOAR has 4 screech owls, why they each have a name, so you can keep track of who does what. Okay, let's talk about how she came in. She can see, right? She can hear. Does she have 2 perfectly good wings? Does she have 2 perfectly good feet? Yeah? She has a tail, although she is missing a tail feather. She lost a tail feather this morning because remember we talked about, oh, I don't think we talked about molting. That was the other bird. Molting, birds molt 1 feather or 2 feathers at a time. And so she has 1 tail feather that she lost this morning and others that are growing in. She's lost wing feathers, but 1 or 2 on each side and is growing them back in. She came to SOAR when she could fit in the palm of your hands.
Wow.
Long, long time ago.
Wow.
So she came in as a nestling, a bird that should have still been up in the nest. But what happens in Iowa in the springtime? Wind, rain, lightning, tornadoes, wind, lightning, all sorts of things can make either the bird leave the nest, the entire nest leave the tree might get damaged and break. So we are used to getting in baby birds that usually do not have injuries. They just need help finishing growing. And all birds that come into SOAR, all baby birds, they go into an appropriate sized crate. It doesn't have covering. Sorry. Does not have any covering over it. And then right across the alleyway would be a crate of what it's going to grow up to be. Because we almost always have bigs and littles of the same species. And so we want to make sure that that little can look at the big of what it's going to grow up to be. Okay? Because we want a model. We want them to recognize that that's what they are.
Can we take a picture together?
So we start out hand feeding those little